the week of January 10th, 2023. My name is Jacob. Welcome back to DSN and Happy New Year's. In U.S. news, New York City ushered in 2023 with the dazzling Saturday night. Spectacular and iconic Times Square, the countdown began with the glowing spear waiting to drop. The spear is 12 feet in diameter and weighing almost 6 tons. Its surface is comprised of nearly 2,700 water-forward crystals that were illuminated, officials said, by a palette of more than 16 million colors at the stroke of midnight. A ton of confetti rained down for all to celebrate the new year. In world news, a British fisher reeled in a massive 67-pound goldfish. The goldfish was found at Blue Water Lakes, a private carp fishery in France. It took him 25 minutes to tug the giant, nicknamed Carrot, out from the water due to the fishery's no retention rule. Carrot was released back into the lake after being photographed and weighed. In local news, the Buckeye Marathon was this past Saturday. The full race began in Festival Ranch and ran along the Sun Valley Parkway, past Arteso, ending at the Buckeye Airport. Now let's go over to Layla with This Week in History.
Welcome to This Week in History. My name is Layla. In 1908, Theodore Roosevelt made the Grand Canyon a national park, protecting it from developers. In 1932, Amelia Earhart flew the first solo flight from Hawaii to California, winning $10,000. And in 2007, Apple launched the first iPhone. The original model cost $499 and 1.4 million were sold in just 5 months. See you next week in This Week in History.
Now let's go over to Malachi and Rudy with sports.
Welcome to sports. My name is Malachi.
And I am Rudy.
The Arizona Cardinals played the San Francisco 49ers this past Sunday. Here's a look at the score. This was the last game of the regular season. Better luck next time.
Tonight, the Tonopah Valley varsity team will be playing against Parker's. Go Phoenix.
Phoenix Suns were away this weekend. They played the Cleveland Cavaliers Sunday night and are still on the road battling the Golden State Warriors. That is all for today. See you next time on Sports News.
Over to Mrs. Dirksen with a weekly update.
Welcome back, Desert Sunset. We hope you had a great break and time with your family. And I know we've had a full week of school, so it's been great to have you all back. And I just want to remind you of a couple of things as we start out this next semester, semester 2. Just a reminder, boys and girls, that we're always on our best behavior and we're following directions in class, doing our very best. We have lots and lots of work to do before we get to our testing coming up here before too long. So thank you for your hard work. I appreciate that. Also want to remind you of something that's been brought to my attention, is that all food needs to stay in the cafeteria. So we should not have any food on the field. You need to finish your lunch, throw away everything, make sure your mouth is empty before you come outside to recess. So please do not take any food on the field. We want to keep it looking nice and clean, spick and span. So we want to make sure we keep that in the trash can. The last thing I have for you is that cake pops are now going to be sold after school every day. So we did that at Christmas time and it was such a hit that we decided to do that again. So they'll be sold at lunchtime and after school. All right, have a great week and I'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, Mrs. Dirksen. Now let's go over to Ella and Brielle with entertainment news.
Welcome to Entertainment News. I'm Ella.
And I'm Brielle.
America's Got Talent All-Stars premiered last week with Ukraine's Light Balance Kids getting the first golden buzzer from Howie. This season brings back the top acts from previous seasons. The winner will receive $500,000.
After more than 10 years, DreamWorks Animation has released a new adventure in the Shrek universe with Puss in Boots 2: The Last Wish. Puss has burned through 8 of his lives, and getting those lives back will prove to be his greatest quest. You can see this movie in a theater near you.
That's all for this week. See you next time on Entertainment News.
Now let's go over to Marley and Maverick with Science Time.
Welcome to Science Time. My name is Marley.
And I'm Maverick.
The T-Rex was one of the most ferocious dinosaurs that roamed Earth about 66 million years ago. Over all years, scientists have collected substantial information on the tiny armed reptile itself. However, very little is known about how the vicious predator evolved. Museum crew member Jack Wilson first stumbled upon the dinosaur's nostril sticking out from a cliff in northeastern Montana in 2017. The team was easily able to unearth an upper jaw bone and several broken vertebrae, but removing the rest of the fossils proved challenging.
But the effort was well worth it. The fossils were those of a new dinosaur species that roamed Earth over 76 million years ago. The creature named Daspletosaurus, or William's frightful reptile, had mixed features, the spiked horns around its eyes and tall eye sockets. This is believed to be the missing link of where the T-Rex evolved from.
See you next week with more Science Time.
Back over to Ella and Brielle with Fun Fact Trivia.
Welcome to Fun Fact Trivia. My name is Ella.
And I'm Brielle. Did you know that today, January 10th, is Save the Eagles Day?
Save the Eagles Day reminds us of the majestic raptors that soar above the earth, whether they are well populated or endangered.
Your question for today is true or false. The bald eagle was removed from the endangered species list.
True or false?
You have 10 seconds to make your decision. If you said true, you are correct.
Due to the work of scientists and the public, the bald eagle was removed from this list in June of 2007. However, pesticides and other dangers continued to threaten eagle populations.
2015, Save the Eagles Day originated in the village of Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. The day is the result of an effort to save a pair of nesting bald eagles near the community.
Welcome to Word of the Week. My name is Layla. This week's word is resolution. Resolution is a noun, and it means a sincere promise to oneself to do something. Here is how it can be used in a sentence. My dad made a resolution to eat healthier in the new year. See you next time in Word of the Week.
Now over to Maverick and Brielle with the joke of the week.
Hello and welcome to Joke of the Week. My name is Maverick.
And I'm Brielle.
So, what's your joke?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Lettuce.
Lettuce who?
Lettuce and its freezing eye.
If you have a joke and would like to tell on the news, please have your teacher email it to Mrs. Webb. See you next time on Joke of the Week.
Thank you, Maverick and Brielle. That is all for this week's episode of DSN. See you next week.